I don't even know how to start this video. I'm not usually very emotional when it comes to many things in my life. I can say my life hasn't been very fun, but I never talked to anyone. And it's piling up, man. It's just getting worse and worse every single day. No, I never want to kill myself or anything like that, but God, it sucks so much. I'll be fine. It's just tough, man. It is currently 1:16 in the morning on Monday, January 6th. Or, well, technically it's Tuesday, and I can't fall asleep like most nights. I thought I'd come on here and talk about some things I've been going through. There are a lot of bad things in my life, but I try to smile and have fun in any way I can. But I feel like the minute I stop smiling, I just feel worthless. And if I'm not making others happy, then what's the point of me being here? I'm really lonely most days. I like to talk to my friends and hang out with them, but it seems that I'm always the final choice in everything that my friends do. And I never think that they're in the wrong for thinking that. But this past this December was a really bad month for me, mentally and physically. It was really bad mentally because my sister and her ex had gotten into a fight that got physical. My sister's fine, but it really fucked me up. Only because she more or less raised me when my mother wasn't there. Dad's always been out of the picture, which is fine. But many nights when my sister was the only one who even tried to talk to me, it's also another really bad month because I realized how lonely I truly am. I like, as I said before, to hang out with friends and stuff, but I always have to ask them to do stuff, and 90% of the time they're either doing something with their spouse or they're just busy, which is fine because they have their own lives, but I realized how lonely it truly made me because compared to their social, interesting lives, I just sit here and stream and just play video games all day. And I'm applying for a job soon, only because I'm being forced, which is also fine. Because most people have to, regardless. And I'm an adult. I have to do adult things. And I realized after my last breakup that I only truly feel loved if it's just if it's only from a spouse. I never feel loved by friends or family. I don't know why that is. I have a couple addictions. Only one of them's a drug. And even then I stopped last month, so... I think it was 3 months ago. 3 months sober, which is nice. But sometimes it's hard not to want to go back to it. And it's not like I'm a druggie, because that's what my dad was, and I don't want to be like him in any shape or way. But sometimes, when the loneliness really gets you, you just feel weak. There's nothing you can do. I spend most nights just doom scrolling TikTok till 3 in the morning just to fall asleep and wake up and have a fake face. And I'm not fake to anyone. I always show who I truly am. It's just they don't see the full picture. I love my family and my nephews. And sometimes I'll be hanging out and loving and playing with my nephews, and the next I'm just isolating myself for some reason. I don't know why I do that. There are many things in my life that are regrettable, and I'm only at 18. I'm trying to get better. I'm talking more to people. I'm trying to be more nice, but people take that for granted nowadays. And just as I'm becoming an adult, we're going to wars, and our government is terrible right now. I don't want to get political, but God. And another thing I realized over break is I have this really good friend, Log 15. I play with him all the time. I realized that he's the only person that actually tries to talk to me outside of school. Most of the time whenever I'm home, it's only my sister that talks to me. I love my sister, yes, but she doesn't like half the stuff I do, so I can't really be nerdy. But Log 15, he really makes me feel like I am a person. Which is amazing. But it also makes me feel inadequate that only one person truly likes me. And I don't want to come on here just looking for attention. But I just want to get it off my chest, and probably nobody's even going to see this. But it's always nice to talk and do stuff that you love when you're depressed. I've never been truly diagnosed, but my doctors have said that I have all the symptoms of a depressed person, and that my mom has been wondering if she should put me on meds. And I don't think she realizes how messed up that makes me feel and sound. don't come to my mind, I'll just keep the recording going. I'm a failure in school. I've always wanted to go to these big, prestigious colleges, and yet I can barely get an A on any of my quizzes in high school. And I love learning so much. But I just never applied myself, and now that I'm a senior, I realize how bad of a decision that was. Most of the time, the only people that want to hang out with me are my online friends. And they don't know who I truly am. And sometimes I think that's the only reason why. They don't know who I am. So they find comfort in the fact that we're strangers for the most part. And maybe that's why I find comfort. I wish I got out and did more stuff all throughout my high school life. I have bad dental problems. For a while there, because of my depression, I never took care of myself and my teeth. Now I have a cracked tooth that's getting infected. And you're supposed to get it pulled on New Year's, but there was a snowstorm the day before, and we had to cancel. So that tooth is still in my head, rotting. As soon as it's out, I'm gonna start to take care of myself, but I don't know why I didn't. My teeth look fine, but the gums are receding. I can tell. And there are many times that I had known that they were getting worse. It's just I never did anything about it. My mental health really started to go into the gutter in late 2020, back when the pandemic was tearing up our world and killing loved ones. I never lost anyone to it, but I did lose a lot of people that year. I lost my grandpa Tommy, and my auntie Jackie, like my mom's sister, but that's just what we called her. I lost two of my dogs that year as well. Luna and Boomer. Love those dogs. No matter how depressed I've gotten, I have never thought of suicide. I did think of it this one night. I don't even know why. I don't even remember why. That's terrible. Anyways. I haven't even lived life yet, and I already don't need to. It's kind of fucked up. One of the only friends that always wants to hang out is my good friend Casey, but he has a really busy schedule, so I only get to see the poor guy like maybe twice a month, which again is fine because he's a hardworking guy. Yes, he works at a store, but at least it's a job. It's better than I have right now. And my dad seems to like to make me, my stepdad seems to like to make me feel inadequate that I don't have a job. He has a kid in college, and the other's a really good guy. All A's, 4.0 GPA. I haven't even hit honor roll. And there are so many times that I've gotten close because I actually applied. But every single time I got close and didn't make it, I got mad. And when I got mad, I just didn't want to try. The only thing I'm truly good at is making fun videos and trying to have a good time. There are many times that I'll just feel happy, and then out of nowhere I just don't. I'll be playing with Log C and Crazy Con, and then out of nowhere we're laughing, having a good time, and then my face just drops and I feel nothing. And I love hanging out with the guys so much. There are some times when Mom looks at me, I feel like she's disappointed in the man I've become. I'd like to think I'm a nice person, and I'm nice to truly everyone if you're nice to me. But I can only get you so far with certain people. There are many people at my school that just don't like me regardless if I'm nice or not. Which you're gonna have that in life, but it's just annoying. I have a really hard time taking care of myself. I don't know why. My room is always a mess. My sister has to help me, and it makes me feel terrible because she's watching her two kids after the breakup. She's a single mom now, just like how my mother was. And I feel so sorry for her every single day because her eldest knew what the abuse was. Poor kid doesn't know how to get out his emotions yet, so he takes it out on her and I. When it's me, it's fine because I'm a lot bigger than he is, but whenever it's her, she seems to get hurt whenever he hits her. Not physically, but emotionally. Every single time he hits her, she just gets depressed. There's this one really pretty girl that worked at a shop near where I live. football, we were able to eat there for free because the owners thought that the football program was really nice and we were doing really well this past year. And I had seen her working there. Actually, this is her. I walked in, saw my coach, whenever I sat by him, because him and I are actually pretty close because he also coaches baseball. I love baseball too. And we were hanging out for a little bit, just talking about sports and stuff, like the MLB, because we both love baseball so much. And that's when I saw her. She was a little bit shorter than I am, pretty skinny. I probably shouldn't be describing her, but she had really nice hair. It was the jet black curls, and I asked for her number, and she gave it to me, and I thought I was on top of the world. Eating there, she kept looking at me and smiling, kept waving at me. I felt like I was on top of the world. We just won a football game, and now I'm eating pizza and talking to a pretty girl. And once we got to texting and stuff, she had a very lovely personality. She was very nice throughout all of our discussions, and this isn't slander on her, but she had asked what my face looked like because she wasn't able to get back to me for a little while, and I sent her a photo of my face, and it was a really confident photo that I had taken with one of my buddies. Him and I are really close, but after I sent the photo, she didn't reply. I didn't think anything of it until the next day, and I tried to talk to her again, and still no reply. Then the next day, and I stopped trying. She ghosted me after seeing my face again. And it hurt. But I had a really bad breakup. And the partner I was with thought that she was a he, which is fine because you do you. And they broke up with me, but that's also fine. But the same day he broke up with me, well, they go by he now. He got with a freshman, and he was a senior and I was a junior. And I would have been fine with us breaking up and being friends, but he proceeded to not talk to me for, I think it was 2 months. And then out of the blue, he was all buddy-buddy with me. And that hurt a lot. So I may have said some regrettable stuff. I didn't call them any names or anything, but I basically told them to fuck off and die. And when I got the text and texted him or them that I had a baseball meeting, and I walk into the meeting and they walk by, which is fine because they had worked at the school and Their dad never got there really early because he had a late job. But when they passed by, one of the younger men in our school, we're okay now. I wouldn't say we're friends, but we're pretty good acquaintances. He jokingly said, and it didn't feel like jokingly at the time because I was still in a lot of pain, but he said, "Isn't that your girlfriend that broke up with you just to get with the freshman?" And I almost cried right there on the spot, but I had to smile and act like that comment didn't hurt. The last time I went to a movie, it's for a show that I really like called Demon Slayer. And I had invited two of my really good friends. And they smoke weed. And they had smoked before we got in there. And I was basically the only one who watched the movie, and I paid for their tickets and I paid for their food. It made me feel very worthless, like the things I liked didn't care. They didn't care about it. I think that's all for now. I'll get better soon, but it sucks. Bye.